Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Aaron, with me is Ricky, and today we're going to have a look at Myth of Empires. Alright Ricky, I believe you've got the character creation screen up. What are we looking at?
We are looking at a very handsome man, actually, if I have to say so. He's a bit BTS member looking. He's got very soft, fine features. Anyway, sorry, I was lost in his eyes there. But we are looking at the character creation screen in Myth of Empires. So both Aaron and I have had a little look at this game, but we haven't gone too in-depth to it yet. So we thought we'd start up our own server, get a character made, and we thought what better way to start it than showing you guys the character creation screen, giving you a bit of a rundown of how it works, what all the different options are, and how much you can actually customize your character. So you're watching me go through this. I'll just sort of give a blow-by-blow, and if Aaron has any questions, and hopefully if there are any of the ones you guys watching are thinking, he'll ask them and I'll answer them as best as I can.
Because I think I know I've only sort of clicked the randomize button a few times to get a character to run around on and stuff, so I haven't actually gone through and made a character as of yet.
No, neither have I. Well, I mean, to start off with, the first thing you should know is, like, on the bottom left here, you have the genders. So the one that's selected in blue is the male, and then this one here is for the female. So I'm just going to stick with male for now. But yeah, if you want to swap your genders, it's the bottom buttons on the left there. And then otherwise, quickly, I think it's worth having a look at these four buttons down here. So you have randomize, which does exactly as what is advertised on the box. It'll just randomize the features. And I think it's really good to get an idea of how far you can actually go with this character customization. And sometimes it's good to maybe, if you're not as creative, you can give yourself a bit of a different baseline and then just tweak a few things after there, rather than having to start right from the default. But cycle through and have a look at some of these absolutely horrifying people, if I'm going to be quite honest.
I know, every now and then there's like, oh, that guy looks good, and then there's like 3 or 4 of the next ones where it just...
Look at this guy.
Oh, what is it? What has happened
like
to him?
He had some type of Willy Wonka sour lolly or something. His face is
He now eats through a straw.
Yeah, that's the only thing that fit in his mouth. But once you've had a bit of go of the randomize, there's a couple of other things you can do. If you like a randomize you come up, but you may want to keep cycling through, you can actually save the template here. And same thing if you create a character from scratch, you can save the template, and then this button down here will allow you to load the templates, as far as I'm aware. But for now, we're just going to hit default and go back to the standard guy. We're going to have a little look over this, show you guys the different options, but we'll probably spend some time off screen making our own characters with because I don't know about Aaron, but I take a while sometimes to make a character.
I feel like a lot of people with a lot of games, especially if you're playing it for the first time, and that it's half the game of the first day you get it, you just spend on character creation.
Well, that's it. It's exploring for me as well. It's a bit on character creation, and then I sit there at the naming of the character, and that takes me ages. I'm off Googling like fantasy character name generator and stuff just to get an idea. And just while I'm on it, down here is where you enter the character name. 16 characters max. All right, but moving on to the rest of it, we'll start with, get a nice little zoom in, the 4 base face shapes. So obviously this is the first default, and then number 2. Oh, zooms out. That's a bit unfortunate. Number 2. Number 3, and number 4. They've all got quite soft features, don't they? There's not an ugly fucker in any of this.
Well, I think the idea is, to begin with, they're just like giving you I mean, the color of the skin sort of changes a little bit.
It does.
That,
I mean,
the
facial features
meant to be staying the same-ish, so that you get a sort of a representation of the actual shape. But
yes, very true. I think I'm going to go with, let's go with number 2, just so we're not sitting on the default. Here we go. He's got some big old ears, but that's fine with me. We can mess with that. I think quickly we'll just go through these options down here. So you got some pretty straightforward ones. You have height, does exactly what you think it will. Now, this isn't like Ark and games like that. You can't make a teeny tiny little character and run around gnawing on people's knees.
it's more of a reasonable
Yes.
what you might imagine.
It's more like 5'9" to 6'1", maybe. You know, like it's a pretty it's not a huge difference. We're actually
You got like a foot or so to play with.
I don't even.
That's about it.
Maybe, yeah, half a foot. And then obviously the next slider down, fat, once again, does exactly what it says. You can be, oh my god, you make yourself Bob from Tekken, or you can make yourself Christian Bale.
Yeah, I find it. Hey, that man's committed.
He is. He was very committed. What was that film that he did that in?
I can't remember.
Something? Oh,
yeah,
he was.
I never actually saw it.
No, I've just seen the pictures of him,
yeah.
and that was enough to deter me.
But what I find interesting about that though is like the extreme of the fat just seems to be like it just jumps like near the end, like you're getting slightly fatter, and then boom.
I know, it's like, yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, oh, you let yourself go a bit, you know, you're a bit more sedentary now. You work long hours. You don't have the time of your youth anymore. You know, all right, you're putting a bit on, but it's with your age. All right, you're getting pretty husky. People are making comments. And Jesus, you ate another human being. Like, it's just a real hop, skip, and a jump. Let's add a little bit to him, honestly.
Yeah. A little bit weight to him.
Fill him out a little bit.
And then the muscles.
But you can bulk the muscles.
Yeah.
So you can be sort of athletic, or you can be, that's actually pretty damn bulky. I mean, look at the quads on this son.
Yeah.
Those calf muscles. You hear him coming. Whoa. Look at that.
I mean,
he's packing out the rear. That's for sure.
Like he's still very much a packed, like muscular, jacked, like strong man. But at the same time, they've still taken into account the whole, this is medieval, like China type thing. So we're not talking about
exactly
modern muscle builders and stuff. So
I'm gonna slim him down because he was just getting a bit too chunky there. But if you bring that up, I tell you what, he ends up with some cake in the back there, some junk in the trunk, which was the popular saying in our youth. And
then
the last slider is dirt, which literally just makes you dirtier.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
The dirt is there. All it does is make the dirt more noticeable. So you want to look like you've been rolling about on the ground, shirtless? Go for it. Otherwise, we're going to keep that down. I actually kind of wish you could just turn it off.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure why it's even there. Like,
I guess you're always going to be, you're kind of toiling in this game. So, you're not going to be pristine clean, but I'd like to start off. But anyway, and then down here you have your skin color. So you've obviously got a few default color selections that you can go through from lighter to darker. And then you actually do have the ability to use the color thing.
Oh, wow. That's a spray tan color there.
Yeah, you can make Donald Trump. There we go. Yeah. We're going to keep it on my complexion, which is a healthy monitor glow of pale white. So there we go. All right. So after we've gone through those, up here, so there's your body one here, selected in blue, and to the right of it, you click this, you can actually begin to change the minor details of the face. So you got your cheekbones, and most of these are exactly what they say they are. You can make your cheekbones bigger, smaller. You can add a little bit of depth to them, everything like that. Lift their height, change their width, etc., etc.
It can be quite. Looks like it can be quite an adjustment too.
You can do a fair bit actually. You may think at first because there's just 4 faces to choose from that you can't do too much, but with the amount of tweaking you can do, you can actually make reasonably distinct characters from other people. But yeah, and then you got for your lower jaw, you also have things for your neck, your chin. Mandible? That sounds like something on an insect. What's a mandible again?
Well, it is what's on an insect. Actually, it's the so mandibles on the insect are the parts of usually they're attached similar to what you're increasing there, like the jaw, and it's usually like the
it's like the little
on the ant,
the
little pincer things. Yeah, that's like their mandible. But for humans, obviously, we don't have that part. But I'm impressed that you can actually adjust it so much. Because usually they sort of just stick with the sort of jaw coming out a little bit and that.
Well, that's it. You can adjust the size all the way down and give yourself a lovely wick jawline. One of those I need to grow a beard ASAP jawlines. Or you can crank it up, give yourself a Chad Chazington jawline. What is that? Some Buzz Lightyear shit right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. But all right, so it is your what is that? I guess it's your jaw. Oh no, that's your lower jaw. Oh, I don't know. It's that bone. Either way, you want to make yourself look a little bit more Chadley.
I think in old they've just allowed so that you can sort of get a lot more definition and changes to the jaw area.
You can have a nice square jaw if you like. Edge, I actually don't. Oh, okay, so that's the edge of sort of the mandible again. Yeah. So a little bit back there. It makes it look like you've stuffed some cotton down into the bottom of your mouth. All right, and then your jowls, which is sort of in between, and you can raise those. So as you can see, you can actually quite distinctly change the shape of your face. With your chin, you know, I'm just gonna move some of these around just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
bring that width in,
so we can see the difference there.
Yeah, let's bring that width down.
Put the cheekbones up high, but have the width like low.
Right up there. Oh yeah, slims it right in.
There we are. Yep.
There we go.
More focused on that jaw area.
That's it. It's all about the jaw. There you go.
So this does seem to be, which this sort of picture does indicate, sort of the lower part of the face. So I imagine that in the next one or two that we'll have the sort of eye area.
Yeah. So if you're happy with what you've done there, then you have these other buttons down here. And what you want to do is you want to go to, I mean, you can do it in any order, but we're going to go to this one. And exactly as you're saying, so you have your options for your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, and your hairstyle.
Cool.
So, you know, you can just, whoa, that's a bit much. Bit alien. You know, you can do that. You can change the angle of the eyes. You can change their depth, how sunken in they are, or if they're protruding. And yeah, height on the face and width of the eyes from, whoa, okay, yeah, I don't think you really want to mess with that too much.
Scale as well.
Is it just me or is the right eye off, or have I just accidentally done something there? That's nice.
It might be you.
It's not.
No, I think it's just the angle.
Look at that. No, look, like his right eye is further from the bridge of his nose. Oh, sorry, his left eye is further from the bridge of his nose than his right eye. The eye on our right. Anyway, I think I'm being picky.
Maybe? Yeah.
I am perpetuating unfair beauty standards.
Let's get the nose going.
Let's get the nose going. All right, it's got to be big. No, not really. But, so you can adjust much as before. You know, it's usually size, depth, height, width. And you just tweak until you're kind of happy with what you got.
Don't worry, sir. We'll give you the best nose job our surgery can provide.
Just get that sucker out of here. There you go. You will smell everything in a mile radius.
Yeah. It is medieval China, though, so surgery on your nose may not be that.
It's just this mallet. Honestly, I'm going to knock you out with some opium, and I'm going to crack you with this mallet, all right? Like, I didn't want to have to break it down for you.
I'll just keep hitting until it gets into the right angle.
Exactly. And then we hope it heals. You won't be able to breathe through it, but, you know, you'll have the nose you always wanted. No, I'm just going to leave it at that. It comes down quite a bit there, but I don't think there's too much I can do about it. That just sort of, you can't really adjust the angle of the nose, oddly enough. Oh wait, no, here we go. Sorry, nose. I'm not looking hard enough. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Height, depth. Okay, so that's for the bridge. Okay, and then you got this for the tip. All right. Yeah. So you can bring the tip. There we go. There's the angle. There we go. That's what I'm after. That'll do. Actually, was there... Oh, I didn't mess with the actual eyeball size. Yeah, that's a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you really
scale for the eye. And then finally, not finally, but here we have the mouth. So you have those sensual lips.
That's it. Let's make them nice and full. There we go. Big lips. What's the depth do? Oh, yeah, it brings it... Oh, you can sink it in and get that look going. Even more definition. Let's bring it in a little bit. Let's bring the thickness. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Big kissable lips.
That's what you want. Bring in the thickness. Actually, let's bring that down a little. Get that little shapely thing happening. Oh, yeah. Look at that lower lip. Look at that lower lip. The thickness up.
I mean, with that jaw, those lips, how could you not want to kiss it?
I know. To be honest, like other than being a bit crazy with the sliders to make them look ridiculous. They all come out looking pretty all right, don't they? Like I'm trying to make him look a bit weird, but even still, he's still got nice features.
I mean, it's like I'm trying to make him look a bit weird, but I just can't bring myself to commit.
It's just too lovely. And then you got your ears.
I never really bother with the ears too much myself.
No,
like,
I don't.
No one really pays attention to the ears.
No,
I mean,
you can hardly ever see them. There's usually a hat on them or something, you know?
Yeah. I think that the only people that really ever play with the ears are most of those that actually want to make like complete out their characters. And then
or unless they're trying to make one that looks like a character, you know, from a film or a person or something like that. They're trying to get a very particular exact look. They might tweak the ears, but even then you can kind of just leave them most of the time. Move their orientation. Okay, you can't do too much. You mainly just move them around, move the upper and the lower, but we'll leave that at that. Okay. So
and finally the hair.
The hair. All right. Oh, thick hair. You can get that thing going. Oh, Jesus. That's a fashion choice and a half.
I do find it interesting that the hair, like, can, and it's the same in real life as well. Like, your hairstyle can, like, just make you look so much different.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. It's a big part of the overall look because it can change almost like the framing of your face sort of thing. So, and it can also hide features and that depending on how you have it, if it's too long or hanging over your face and such. I'm going to go with that one for now. Simple, not too long.
That's fair.
And then you've got the colours here, which mainly seem to be highlights. Oh, no, these seem to be changing it. Yeah, okay, those ones are changing it fully.
I mean, again, I guess because the game is sort of meant to be more realistic in its sort of play style, and that I guess that it doesn't have the color slider that some do. It's sort of that allow you to have like pink hair or neon green or
and I think it's better without it. Like, I mean, already having a bit of a green, and that's quite a deep red as well. I wouldn't say very natural. As highlights is probably enough, honestly. You know, like that's a little out there as far as it goes as well. But for now, I'm just going to keep it on. I think that one. Okay, and then the beards. I actually rarely ever put a beard on my characters, but we're going to go through them at least.
I know, it depends. Like, it depends on the character I'm making. Usually my go-to beard is just like a really small goatee or like something just
sort of
around.
thing.
Yeah, that type of thing. But yeah, it depends on the character.
Something that at least says I've hit puberty. Well, I think his jawline says that though, so I'm pretty happy to let the jawline speak for itself.
I feel like
so you've got a good few options. Yeah, a lot of goatees and moustaches and such. We've been playing Ghost of Tsushima as well, and I'm seeing a few of the styles that you see in this selector right here. But once again, I'm gonna leave him clean shaven.
Yeah, you don't want to hide that beauty.
No. It needs to be on display. And then you have your eyebrows, so you can mess with those, change their angle. Oh, you can look furrowed brow, always cross, or you can lift it up and you look a little bit more chill and aloof. We're gonna go there. Depth. Might bring the depth in actually. Raise them a little and bring the width down. Yeah, that'll do. And actually, just one thing. Was there something for the eyes, the eye color? Did I miss the eye color?
No, there wasn't. I was actually looking at that. I wasn't sure if it came later, but it doesn't look like you can change the eye color, which I thought was odd because, like, you don't start with like deep brown eyes, which is what I would assume most people would attribute as the most common color of eyes, especially in the Asian region. But you sort of start with these, not blue, but like
they're a blue-green,
lighter, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see blue around the edges and a bit of green in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, if anyone knows if you can adjust the eyes and we've missed it. Otherwise, I guess let's just see if it's in this. No. Okay, so this tab down here was, as I expected, is tattoos. So you can select the part of your body that you want to apply the tattoo to. And then you can select the plus down here to add tattoos because I'm guessing you can add a few per body part. So we'll just have a quick go through.
Just by looking at the randomized, we've seen that you can add quite a few. So
yeah, definitely. These are very intricate tattoos. These are getting a little bit more simple now. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got quite a few options. 11 pages. 5 a page. So there are definitely quite a few tattoos.
Now,
an elephant on you? All right, guys, we are back. But unfortunately, we have lost Chad Chi. The server went down and we didn't save the template. So unfortunately, he is gone forever.
I mean, he was so perfect that I don't think we could ever truly encapsulate what he was again.
Never. I should have hit save template.
Yeah,
I should have hit save template. The option is there.
You don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Exactly right. They made a song about that for a reason. Okay. So yeah, we're at tattoos. So once again, you select the body part, you hit the plus, and you go through the tattoos. I think we were sort of looking at the elephant and such. So yeah, you got quite a few options here. I'm just going to quickly flick through them. Obviously, when you're doing the character creation yourself, you can spend as much or as little time on these as you want, going through the different options. But for now, let's look at this snake, and then let's look at some of the other options in the sliders down here. So you have the ability to move the tattoo on the part of the body that you have selected.
That's pretty unique. Like, you don't get that in most games. It's usually like specific tattoos are for specific parts of the bodies, but here it's like, put it where you want.
Yeah, exactly. Look, you can even, because when you select torso, obviously it gives you this whole area. You know, you can actually get it to almost go onto your arm, but it sort of keeps it to the upper, your shoulders. But yeah, you can actually move this thing right around, and you can even put it on your face, which is quite funky. That looks kind of weird. Looks like something out of a cyberpunk thing. You also have the ability to zoom in the tattoo from the different angles, from vertical or horizontal, and you can rotate it as well. You can actually do a lot with this. Interesting. And the luminosity. Okay, so yeah, you can make it more solid or transparent.
That seems to be the only slider that is the same as pretty much every other tattoo function in games. It's the luminosity. Yeah. Everything else is
exactly
added.
I'm just going to move that. And then exactly as I said, you can then go between your different body parts with these tattoos, and you can even pop them on your legs if you so wish. All right. I think that's pretty cool. I don't usually put tattoos on my characters in games, but if you are so inclined, then you got a world of options for you there.
Yeah, I'm sort of one that if it's a cool tattoo, I might pop one on and that, but the sort of flexibility you have there certainly makes me sort of want to play around with it a bit more. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, and being able to move it all around and rotate it, you can actually probably find a cool pattern, and yeah, you can get whole different looks out of that. And the last option we have is the voice. So basically you pick between 3 default voices, and you can adjust their pitch, but you don't really know what they sound like until you press the voice button. So let's try attack. Okay, so that's the attack on male 1. Let's try male 2.
Hey.
And male 3. Oh, yeah, he's really putting his back into it.
So these are all the different sounds you can make, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, this is just giving you an idea of because I'm assuming these are to do with when you're instructing your warriors.
Yep.
And these will be the voice commands that they shout out. So it's giving you an idea of what they will sound like. Or attack is obviously just when you're attacking. Let's try it on the highest pitch. Okay, that doesn't sound right. And let's try the deepest. This guy here is going to be deep.
So what's like if you go to something like order infantry to attack or fire arrows, do they say something?
Yeah, these will be your different voice command. Like, well, you'll just use the commands in game, but these, I assume, are the commands they will verbalize.
Yeah.
So you can, as I said, it just gives you an idea of what they sound like saying the different commands.
I love they're actually saying stuff.
Yeah. I'd say the pitch slider does a lot more to change the voice than swapping between the three. I'm sure having the different bass voices does.
Oh no, it does help. Like, let's face it, male voice 3 is deeper than male voice 2 by a bit.
No, it is. It is definitely. But I'm just saying you can get quite a variance in their voices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
全体出发！全体出发！
That sounds a little natural. Once you get above sort of here-ish, they get a little bit, not quite chipmunky, but they get a bit odd.
全体出发！
Yeah, that guy just sucked down a helium balloon. Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, honestly.
But if that's what you want, everyone, go for it.
Go for it. You can do it. You can lead your army in, front up on your mounted war horse in your gilded armor, and then go attack. Really, just to really like mess with your enemy. You know, they don't know what's going on. They get thrown for 6 when they hear that.
Yeah.
But just quickly, I'm just going to go to the female one. Is there? I just wonder, does it give you any other options, or is it all the same? Yep. I didn't know if maybe, you know how some of these games are. I thought they might have a booby slider. I'll be honest. Well, I thought there might be a booby slider.
I was going to go with the more innocent makeup, but that was just me.
Oh, yeah, makeup. Yeah, of course. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. Obviously, different hairstyles.
Yep.
I assumed because the other ones are very masculine, but I wasn't sure if they would allow you to use some of them still, maybe. But no. So, very different
beards,
styles.
though.
You cannot have a beard, obviously. But outside of that, there are no differences. Yeah, when it comes to making the actual character, there are no differences there. All right. Oh, actually, I guess this is probably the booby slider. Yeah, it is. Unless the boobies are part of muscles. Apparently, look, she crack a walnut with those things. Okay, we'll leave that at that. But all in all, that's about it. That's the character creation in a nutshell. Actually, let me look at something here. Fix camera. Oh, no. I thought it might keep the camera in place while I click stuff, but it doesn't. I don't know what that setting does. I don't know what it does.
I guess it's probably just in case you don't want to accidentally turn them or something.
Maybe. But that's it, guys. That is the character creation screen. That's a bit of a breakdown. I said our series will continue. We aren't going to be playing this game. We're just going to go off screen, make our own characters. But for now, that's to be continued, I think.
Yeah, to be continued. Okay, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.
Join us next time.
Ta-ta.